Imagine hearing voices in your mind, seeing things that aren't real, not being able to tell dream from reality, or losing a loved one to insanity. Schizophrenia is a severe mental illness that claims 1 of every 100 people in America. It causes those affected with it to have impaired thinking, emotions, and behavior, and have difficulty telling fantasy from real life. The afflicted will withdraw from contact with people and continue to deteriorate until they no longer can take care of themselves. There are 5 types of schizophrenia. Paranoid, which causes delusions, hearing voices, and a belief that those around you are out to get you. Disorganized, which causes chaotic speech, thinking, and behavior, flat or inappropriate emotional responses, and an extreme withdrawal from everyone around them. Catatonic schizophrenia causes disturbed movements, a tendency to be rigid, agitated, and have bizarre posture, and repeat their movements or speech of others. Those who have it are prone to malnutrition, exhaustion, and self-injury. Undifferentiated, has the combined characteristics of all the subgroups. Schizophrenia has no known cure. It is thought to be caused by excessive levels of dopamine, a chemical in the brain, anxiety, aggression, or stress. Another factor thought to contribute is environmental factors, like trauma or unstable childhood. Recent science shows that first-degree relatives of a schizophrenic have 10% chance of developing the disease. Since no cause is known, treatment is mostly guesswork. Medications include SDA, serotonin dopamine antagonist, or DRA, dopamine receptor antagonist, but the drugs have risky side effects like Parkinson's, dystonia, akathisia, or tardive dyskinesia. If left untreated or undiagnosed, most will end up on the streets or in jail. 1 in every 20 end up homeless, in poverty, or victims to cruelty and injustice. Quote, "What kind of freedom is it to be wandering the streets, severely mentally ill, deteriorating and getting warmth from a steel grate or food from a garbage can? That's abandonment." Daryl Treffert. Medical care for the mentally ill is dismal. The mentally ill are 3 times more likely to end up incarcerated than in a hospital, and 1/3 of the homeless population is mentally disturbed. In 1965, the federal government cut funding for psychiatric hospitals. In the 1990s alone, 44 hospitals closed. 90% of psychiatric hospital beds were eliminated. Patients who were formerly being treated in psychiatric hospitals were now delegated to nursing homes. 23% of all nursing home residents are mentally ill. Because of these cuts, 44 states adopted the AOT law, the Assisted Outpatient Treatment Law. This law enables the court to formally order someone who is mentally ill to receive treatment. The AOT law reduced violence, homelessness, arrests, incarcerations, victimization, and increased treatment compliance. The criteria to be eligible for court-ordered treatment is stated in the TAC model law. One must be either chronically disabled, gravely disabled, a danger to others, or a danger to themselves. For families affected by schizophrenia, it can be devastating. Here are parts of a diary quote from an unknown author. "My mom has been schizophrenic now for 4 years. She only started with depression and anxiety 10 years ago. The depression was so rough on her brain that she needed shock therapy treatments. She did great for a few years, and it was like I had my mom back again the way she was when I was growing up. But 4 years ago, when she was diagnosed with schizophrenia and bipolar disorders, we were told that she developed this due to the shock therapy causing brain damage. She got really bad for a while and would refuse to take her meds. I would walk down the street to her house every day to make sure she took her meds and she would always tell me the doctor said she didn't have to take them anymore. The author of this entry is unknown. To me, watching my mom fall apart, it was like standing helpless as she died. Every time I saw her, it was another funeral. But now, I realize that I need to be with her and support her. I'll never give up until she gets help. So to all you watching, we need to help find a cure and stop families from being torn apart by schizophrenia. Thank you.